Happy Wednesday, Southminster. It's good to see you. I had the opportunity to do a graveside service today for a long-term beloved member of our church. He was one of the nicest people you could meet. Someone you could honestly say it was a pleasure to know. And he passed away the way we would all like to go, peacefully, in his sleep. Now, whenever I do a graveside service, Psalm 23 is my go-to scripture. You see, Psalm 23 is a psalm of solidarity and companionship. It reminds us that whether it's the green pastures, still waters, or dark valleys, that God is always with us. Psalm 23 reminds us whether it's the bountiful table and overflowing cup, or goodness and mercy, God will always take care of us. The assurance of God's companionship and care is what we need when we lose someone we love, and it's what we need right now as we cope with COVID-19. We are walking in the dark valley carved out by COVID-19, and a lot of us are scared right now. And it seems as though the valley is being cloaked in deeper and deeper shadows, getting darker and darker. I mean, what if I get COVID-19? What if you get COVID-19? What if someone we love gets COVID-19? It is really scary to think about. So we need the comforting bump and prodding and pokes of God's staff right now to know that we're okay. We need to know that despite the presence of darkness and death in our lives, that we still lack for nothing, nor do we have anything to fear. We need to know God's faithfulness and provision is absolute. And Psalm 23, even in the midst of a pandemic, gives us that assurance. Psalm 23 assures us that even though COVID-19 may be all around us and threatening us, that the goodness and mercy of God are following us each and every day. Reminds us that God is running and chasing us down, that God will grab us and hold us tightly in His loving arms, that despite the enemy seeking to sow fear and anxiety in our lives, we can't run, nor can we hide from God's love. God will always be right here with us. In fact, sometimes God's love and compassion become more apparent in times of suffering. Now, my favorite image in Psalm 23 is the image of God preparing a table in our honor in the midst of our enemies. COVID-19 may be the enemy right now, seeking to keep us cowering in fear in our homes. But at God's table, because of God's hospitality, we can be at peace and rejoice in God's faithfulness. In fact, Psalm 23 invites us to see past our fear, our anxiety, our need to control, and to, in the words of Walter Brueggemann, see yourself as sheep of the Good Shepherd, as the traveler in God's good valley, as a citizen at home in God's good house. You see, we can still enjoy the green pastures, still waters, and bounty of God because God is faithful. Psalm 23 assures us that God is for us and with us in all circumstances of life. God's presence then should be all we need even now. After all, as the Apostle Paul said, if God is for us, who can be against us? You see, God flattens the curve, and not even COVID-19 can stand against Him. So we don't need to be afraid, and instead we can be at peace. So I want to leave you with these words from Psalm 121. Know that the Lord watches over you, that the Lord is your shade at your right hand. Know that the sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. Know the Lord will keep you from all harm, that God will watch over your life. Know that the Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. Southminster, stay safe. And I hope that you have a great week.